Well, miscalculated the delivery day. So, what we're going to be doing now is we're going to be working on the motor mount. How to mount this engine in here. As I've measured in the center of the bars, see the black mark? The reason I measured in the center of there is because I'm not really too interested in centering the engine, as I am interested in centering the center of gravity of the engine. You can see right there I've got the engine sitting on a piece of 1-inch angle iron, balanced, and it's in the same spot in the rear end too, in the back part of the engine. You can see how the engine isn't centered according to the plug, the oil plug, but the engine is balancing the way it is. Now it might be, once I remove the driver, the torque converter driver off of there, that bar would move more, this bar here would move more that way. So I'd have to move this over once I take that off. But since I've got that on there, and I'm going to also have the driven in the back there, and the driven's maybe about like what, a pound, maybe pound and a half, 2 pounds, something like that. But anyways, what I need to do is I want to put the center of gravity of the engine in the middle of this bike. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the engine, put it in there, center it along that line, and try to set the engine, the center of gravity of the engine along that line based upon where it's sitting on this. I'll probably have to move the engine a little bit more over that way when it's on here, because I have to compensate for the driver. So I want to try to center my gravity of weight everywhere on this thing. So let me see how well this works. Okay, got it in there. You can see that the center, now I have the engine sitting in there where that side is slightly heavier than this side is. So just tapping it will probably get it to fall over. But you can see how I have the, in relation to the bolt, the draining screw or draining plug, whatever you want to call it, and the line here. Now this line is the center of the frame. But remember, the reason I've got it slightly more heavy over on that side is because on this side, we're going to be putting this on there. Okay. So I want the center of gravity to be as close to the center of this machine as I possibly can get it. Not just centering the engine, we're talking about the center of gravity here. So, what I'm going to do now, I'm going to measure out, oh, where's my tape measure at? Alright, whatever. But anyways, you can see the mount on the engine right there. So I'm going to measure from that mount right here over to the frame, in front here and in the back, only on the mount, not the chassis or anything like that, just the mount. That's what I'm paying attention to, just the mount. I'll do that on this side, and then I'll go over and do it on the other side, and then I'll cut the pieces that I need to cut, and then yeah, remember I'll be cutting angle iron for this too, so yeah. Alright, well, got that all set up. Distance wise, from there to there, I'm looking at 3 7/8. 3 7/8. This over here, from the inside to the inside, we're at 4 1/2. 4 1/2. The inside here is 4 1/4. No, 4 1/8. That's what that is. So the inside here is 4 1/8. Let's see. These aren't even in here yet. These aren't welded. I just have these long bars tacked in there. What else? Now I'm going to put the engine in there, slide it back wherever I want it to be, and put these supports in here. Since I've got these supports on the outside, I don't think I'll have to do anything on the inside crossbar. I might put one in there. I don't know yet. Probably wouldn't hurt, but yeah. And then once I get this done, then it comes down to making the angle iron that the engine will actually bracket onto, and then slide down inside of there. Yeah. But I got to figure out first where I want the motor to go. Okay, well, I got those all tacked into place on the opposite side there, and I flipped the whole thing upside down. So now I'm going to weld everything on the bottom, and then flip it back over, and then weld the stuff on top. So, and the sides and blah blah blah, all the other kind of stuff. Well, I got it all welded up, and it's hot as hell, so I'm not going to start grinding on it now. Plus, on top of that, it's nighttime, so I'm going to take a break on this to let it cool off, and then tomorrow I'm going to come out here and pull out my grinder and start grinding the hell out of this thing. Because since my motor is going to be coming down on those points, on some of those points, I'll have to ground them down flat. So yeah, that's what I'm gonna have to do. That reminds me, guys, you know, on those Comet torque converters, where you get the whole setup and you get the plate that gets mounted to the side of the engine, what is the distance between the driver and the driven? What is the distance between that? Fearless Front, I asked him one time and he told me, and I forgot, I would like to be able to set this up with that type of distance between the driver and the driven. So if you guys could post down below in this video what the distance is on those, on that setup, that'd be kind of cool. Also, I want to give a shout out also, this is so cool, to, I don't know how it's pronounced, Steiny, S-T-I-E-N-Y 72. Yeah, he did a video on called Homage to T-Man, with some music and stuff, and it's like what goes on in the mind of T-Man and stuff, and it was really cool. I thought it was really neat, and he posted it as a video response to my last video. So I'll leave a link right here to the video where you can go check that out. I thought it was kind of cool, and I might I'll be PMing you because I think that'd be kind of neat to use that as a intro or outro music in my videos. So that's really kind of cool. You're gonna have to sign a legal thing that I had to type up and everything, showing YouTube that it's okay for me to use, because they're being real asinine about that crap now. So that's what I did today. Took me a few hours, a lot longer than what I expected. My dang welder kept turning off on me. Those of you who've ever worked with these welders before, sometimes if you have the wire feed on too fast, the wire will go out and you'll start welding, it'll make contact and it'll blow your circuit. You know, so I had to keep switching my dang power strip and turning it on left and right all the time. So that was getting really frustrating. But this is where I'm at right now, and I'm going to be grinding the hell out of it tomorrow. And then maybe if I've got time, most likely I will. This will take a while to grind though, but still, I got to build the mounts for the engine, the connection points out of angle iron. And for those of you who are my new subscribers, want to know how I do that, I'll leave this link right here off to a video that shows you how I make my mounts for my engines. So this is the video that you would go to see how I do that. I won't do it on this video just because you guys already know, and most of you already know. So yeah. Another thing is tomorrow, hopefully that hub will show up. Hopefully. I thought it was showing up today, Monday, but it didn't. And it said on the 17th. I was even sitting there at the door almost all day waiting for the dang thing to show up. And I was like, yeah, Crystal walks in after work, and I'm like, man, where's that dang hub at? She says, was it supposed to show up today? And I was like, yeah, it was supposed to show up Monday the 17th. She goes like, the 17th is tomorrow, Tuesday. I was like, what? Oh, man, dang it. So here I am waiting all day for that dang thing to come in so I could do a video on it, because I'm excited about doing it, because you guys might like what I'm going to do to the front end here. So anyways, okay. But that's enough, and I'm going to get on out of here. And I thought I'd show you guys how I was going to set this engine mount